what are the long-term ramifications for Tua? Forget this season for the second, and we'll get into that. What do you think of the long-term ramifications for Tua going forward?
Yeah, I mean, the first player that I think of as sort of, a cautionary tale is Javid Best. You remember him with the Lions,
Oh,
second round
sure,
pick.
yeah.
Phenomenal running back. It was a really home run of a pick for the Lions. But, he suffered, I believe, a pair of concussions at, I want to say UCLA. It was a Pac 12 school. Oh, no, he'll get mad at me. It was Cal.
That was Cal.
It was
Yeah.
Cal. It was Cal. He suffered a pair of concussions there, and then he also continued to suffer concussions while in Detroit, and he had to retire early because even though he didn't suffer concussions in quick succession, like it seems like Tua Tagovailoa has, it was enough for him to see his life impacted in a big way. He had trouble remembering things. He had trouble with light, even after he had been cleared by the concussion protocol. It's just this kind of long-term stuff that's really difficult to get away from that affects the way that you interact with the world in every way around you. And so that, I think, is, a cautionary tale. It's not obviously what is definitively going to happen with Tagovailoa. And, this point about the potential for the third concussion not being a second concussion is really well received. There were neurologists who were watching the game that it concluded, this isn't just idle chatter, that it concluded that based off of what they could see, there was a very, very strong likelihood that Tagovailoa suffered a concussion and just didn't get diagnosed within the narrow parameters of what the concussion protocol demands within that particular, confine. That is really alarming. Now, there is something that we have to be concerned about with, it's sometimes called second concussion syndrome. That's inaccurate. Second concussion syndrome is specifically about suffering a concussion while you're already concussed. This is not what that is, but a short-term span of multiple concussions, from my understanding, has a significant impact on the long-term health of your brain in a way that, spreading them out, as it were, over the course of 3-4 years doesn't. It has a really significant impact on the recovery process for your brain, and that worry is really kind of, I think, alarming, not just for Dolphins fans or for Mike McDaniel, but anybody who's just concerned about the health of these players, who's concerned about the long-term capability of Tua to lead a healthy and fulfilling life.